Here's our ingredients list. Some gloves for later when I'm using the caulking so I don't have to use a solvent to clean my hands. We have my saw to cut PVC, which will act as a riser so that the other tub can sit right here instead of all the way down to give some more space. Pencil for marking things, some sandpaper for cleaning up the PVC, ruler just because, power tools just because. I think I'm using an 1/8 inch drill bit that I'll be drilling into the side of this for ventilation holes. And some screen to make it so bugs can't get into our ventilation holes. If these stay in place, maybe I'll glue them. Guessing once there's weight in here, they'll be a lot more stable. So this is what we're aiming for. Put some more risers on this one. We'll do some vents around the side here, and a couple more on top of this side. And then I'll probably go ahead and sit this on top of the lid like that, or maybe inverted, and put some water in there to deter ants from wrecking my worm habitat. So as you can see, this goes down all the way. It probably leaves about a 2-inch gap, and I want more than that. So I'm going to put some PVC that I already cut that's about 4 inches long down in here. And we still have a nice seal around the edge, but this will allow for more room on the bottom. Drilling holes. We don't want to drill it. Probably want to drill from this zone up because there's going to be some overlap where this sits in the other bin, and we don't want to mess that up. Probably want to stay away from drilling too close to the edge or the corner right here, because it could weaken it. We'll use some sandpaper to clean that up. The sandpaper I'm using is 120 grit. It doesn't need to be that fine, but you probably don't want it too coarse either. Because they'll be draining into the last bin, I'll need to put holes in the bottom of these as well. I followed the trough right here, the low spot. Well, the low spot on the inside is this guy. I followed this all the way around. And then did one here too, because that's the low spot as well. So now we need to block up these holes, even though the screen is not much smaller than each one of these holes, but I really don't want to get flies, and so I'm just going to do this anyway. Cuts like butter. So that'll go on the inside. When you're working with one of these guns, just remember that sometimes once you stop squeezing, stuff will still come out the end. But if you pull this back and twist it so that the ridges are facing up, it won't be applying any more pressure and it should stop spewing. So I applied that ring of caulk around the edge, and now I'm spreading it and working it into the screen so that the screen stays put. Also, when we drilled through these and used the sandpaper to rough up the edge, rather we were getting the burrs off, but we were also roughing up the edge, which gives this more of a surface to actually adhere to, because otherwise it would just be too smooth of a surface. And it's not, I don't even know if that's visible in this light. Not the prettiest job, but I think it's thorough. Alright, back at it after a guacamole break. So these are done. The lid so far is whole like this. We want to give it some more room to breathe, so I'm going to cut some holes into it and then put more screen on top of that. So for this, I'm using, this is probably like a 1.5 inch, 2 inch hole saw. Great.